It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 as it'll be our visitors taking on our home team.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guy is currently a couple games over 500, 4-2 through 6 games. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guy's ready to...
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
They'll be led out by their quarterback, a second-round pick back in April's draft.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
Looking to throw. Solano.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Makes it 3rd and 14.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed.
Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Here's Jordan Stout now.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And even though this is a top 5 rushing offense, and we see this especially early in the game, they're going to do their best to keep you honest. They don't want you getting the habit of stacking the box, so that's a good throw there, and they're able to come up with the first down.
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing is McCarthy. To the right side, he's got Bailey. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Looking to throw McCarthy.
And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
A 50-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The home team's offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he continues to show off his ability to run the football when the opportunity is right. He is the NFL leader in rushing yards from the QB position. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up second down.
Second and 6 at the 35-yard line.
Back to throw. Solano.
That's taken in. It's Isaac to Slaw.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Complete to Isaac to Slaw. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Second and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Now is a punter, Jordan Stout.
And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. McCarthy going to sneak it.
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. There'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And here now the offense heading back out there.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll run. This is Bashal Tootin.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Looking to throw. Solano. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
A gain of 12 yards. Complete to Bashal Tootin. 1st and 10 at the 48.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. Solano. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. looking to put a drive together.
They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. To the sideline and incomplete. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Deontay Banks in the right spot there to break it up.
Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here.
It's fourth down.
Here's Horton.
Well, call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
4 yards. And a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Solano. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out, because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Makes it 3rd and 14.
Looking to throw. Solano. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
He'll try again. And this time he's in for the touchdown. No success on 1st down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
Good with a PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The visitors' offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently second in the NFL in rushing.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be scooped. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for him.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, you do I ever.
Elliott on for the extra point. This one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The solid stiff arm. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
That is caught by Vele. This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
Fielded at about the 28. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
We often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they'll search for that patience here now. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Solano. And out across midfield down to the 45. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
6-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Solano looking deep here for Chase. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down. Solano. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther...
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Bayshaw Tootin with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room.
There he goes, right side.
Saquon Barkley.
And all the way in for the touchdown.
Saquon Barkley, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year.
And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And it makes the score 21-10. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Oh, it shifts past him.
And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the leader, right, to make a big play. Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Gain of 14 yards. That's good for a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
At the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
Operating from the gun, Solano. That one a first down pickup of 8.
It's a gain.
Back to throw. Solano.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsom.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Defensively that time they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
To the air with McCarthy. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
A touch of time there critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Well, a tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's third and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
Complete to Mooney on the slant.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
A 7-yard gain. Complete to Devon Baker.
Now McCarthy. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. McCarthy going to throw again.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return.
One more go for this offense in the first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Solano. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup.
A final shot before break. Solano.
So halftime straight ahead, and that means we go to Scott Hansen. It is our EA Sports halftime report. Scott, take it away.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Now a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. Here's McCarthy.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Solano can't get away, and he's taken down.
Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop him. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the 2nd half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Solano. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
McCarthy operating from the gun.
Over the middle, complete. That's Butler. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Operating from the gun. McCarthy. That is caught. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards. Complete to Darnell Mooney.
Barkley, inside handoff. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He was brought down by James Pierce. 1-yard gain.
On play action, McCarthy.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
Well, certainly happy they were able to force the fumble, Charles, but wish they would have gotten in the end zone, only getting 3 points there and still facing the 2nd half deficit.
And they also will understand it's going to be a whole lot tougher to force another turnover the rest of the game, because that offense is going to be all about ball security from here on out.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved though if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on. And they'll send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 18. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return.
But now this offense comes back out onto the field.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Results in a first down.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards the gain on the keeper at its second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd.
On play action, now McCarthy.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, another offensive player quick to react, and they will indeed retain possession. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now here on EA Sports.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. Here's Sam Martin now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Solano. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. The offense on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
And that's going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. We'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Offside, defense.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously, more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Again, it's Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. He'll try it.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line.
Jalen Carter
In there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
At the 22-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
He's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Solano.
And that one off the mark. A little late with the throw.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
It has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away.
Taken from just outside the 30. Oh, nice move. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards.
This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
A gain of 13 yards. And
McCarthy off the play fake. Yeah, to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
from the sideline and incomplete.
The slot man in motion right.
Throwing is McCarthy.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
From the gun on third down. McCarthy. That is incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on here to punt it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
He's across midfield.
And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Operating from the gun, Solano. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And there will be a break in the action here. They're going to take a timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
And he's going to use his legs here.
And they'll get him down right about the 20. They'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss, because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The situation for them offensively as follows. Down by 11, a minute 52 to play.
Looking to throw McCarthy. He'll get that complete to Velo.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
It's a gain of 32 yards. Complete to Devon.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Operating from the gun, McCarthy.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
It's a gain of 21 yards. Complete to Darnell Mooney.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
We're now 2nd and 10 from the 13.
It moves to 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Well, this crowd doing their best to make a lot of racket. It's 3rd and 5. Sticking with the pass. Here's McCarthy. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So the field goal means we're back to a 1-score game, but with no timeouts left, I think this has to be an onside kick.
I like your analysis there, partner. I think you're right. You need the ball back. That's probably your only avenue.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field again.